Titans are at the top of the trivia food chain. They are the greatest minds in game show history. Can this trio of women take them down and walk away champions? The chase is on.
Welcome to The Chase. I'm Sarah Haynes. It's ladies' night. The three fierce women behind me are ready to team up and flex some serious trivia muscle. We know who runs the world, but can they also outrun the chaser? Let's see. Say hello to Emily, Kyle, and Michelle. Now, the way this works is one by one, each contestant will play the cash builder to earn money for their team. Then they have to go face the chaser one-on-one in order to bank that money. Now, the players who succeed will team up in the final chase. And if they can outrun that chaser one more time, they'll leave here with a lot of money. But it's the chaser's job to catch them. So which chaser will you be playing against tonight? This formidable champion lives by the motto, go big or go home, where he goes big and you go home. It's the High Roller. James Holtower!
Ladies, meet the bad guy.
Now, as always, the chasers are in the lounge, keeping a close eye on the action. Hi, guys.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Emily, you are up first to play the cash builder. Okay, Emily, what do you do for a living?
So I'm from Brooklyn, New York, and I work for a U.S. Senator. My focus is on helping elect more women to Congress.
Oh, wow. Now, you also throw some pretty amazing parties with your husband?
I do. So every year we write our own murder mystery parties. So it's really fun, and it takes up so much time, but it's the best.
That's so cool. Well, it is time to play the cash builder. It is $10,000 for each correct answer. We're going to put 1 minute on the clock. Good luck. Your time starts now. Though it appears black, what Dublin-based brewery's signature draft is ruby
Guinness.
red? Correct. In 2021, who became the first woman of color to win a Best Director Oscar?
Ava DuVernay.
Chloe Zhao. Nacre is a substance also called mother of what?
Whiskey.
Pearl. Famously delivered by Porky Pig, what Looney Tunes sign-off was trademarked in
That's all, folks.
Correct. In 2020, what celeb sent Isabel Wilkerson's book Cast to hundreds of leaders nationwide?
Oprah.
Correct. Located in New Jersey, what's the lowest number area code in the U.S.?
001.
201. In 2021, what Adele hit became Spotify's most streamed song in a single day?
Hello.
Easy on Me. What amendment grants citizenship to all persons born in the U.S.?
14th.
Correct. The U.S. Postal Service's logo features the head of what bird?
Eagle.
Correct. What famous travel guide offers a restaurant award called the Bib Gourmand?
Michelin?
Correct. As an April Fool's joke, time's up. Woo! Woo! That was 6 correct answers, which is $60,000. Yes, you can happy dance, but you can't spend it yet. It is time to face the chaser.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
60,000, yeah.
Very strong.
Emily, I have a spoiler alert for your next murder mystery party. The High Roller did it in the studio with his superior intellect.
So we're gonna put that $60,000 up on the board. What would you do if you won money here today?
I'm obsessed with the flora and fauna of the Galapagos, and so I really want to take my husband on a trip. We can see like the tortoises, the sea lions, and just like live the dream.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask you and the chaser the same multiple choice questions, and you will lock in your answers. Each correct answer, you're gonna move 1 step down the board and closer to the bank. But if the chaser gets it right, he will also move down the board with you. Now, if the chaser catches you before you're able to reach the bank, unfortunately, we'd have to say goodbye to the money and you. Now, you can play for what you earned, that $60,000, and with that, you'll be 5 steps away from the bank, and the chaser will be 3 steps behind you. You can also choose to play it just a little safer, and the chaser will offer you
It's not the Galapagos, but you can get a cameo from the guy who played Turtle on Entourage. 10 grand.
Oh my God.
Okay, so with that offer, you're gonna be 4 steps away from the bank, and the chaser will be 4 steps behind you, which gives you a little wiggle room. But if you are feeling risky and those turtles are calling to you, you can play for the higher offer of
$250,000.
Oh my gosh. Now, playing for that will mean you are 6 steps away from the bank, and the chaser's only 2 steps behind you. So we're dying to know, what are you playing for?
I'm gonna stick with the 60.
Okay, okay. Sorry, Emily, for $60,000. The chase is on. Here's your first question. What is the poetic-sounding name of the town that is home to Oklahoma's only historically black college? Is it Angelo, Hurston, or Langston? Chaser locked in. Emily, you locked in as well. You went with Langston.
Yeah, I mean, Angelo just didn't sound like a town in Oklahoma. I was sort of torn between Hurston and Langston. I don't know.
Okay. Is the correct answer Langston? Yes! Emily, you are moving that money right out of the gate. $60,000 comes down the board. Did you know this one, James?
I wasn't sure on this one, but I went with the surname of my favorite wrestler, Langston.
And that got him to the same place you are, Emily. Okay, so our chaser is coming 1 step down the board. Here's your next question. What famous statue is said to be a perfect example of the classical pose known as contrapposto? Is it the Thinker, the Little Mermaid, or David? Chaser locked in, Emily locked in. You went with the Thinker.
I was thinking like a sort of like this.
You were thinking?
I was thinking. It's a pure guess, unfortunately.
Is the correct answer the Thinker?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not moving this $60,000 just yet, but more importantly, did our chaser know this one?
This is the term for when the subject is kind of askew in a pose, and my answer was David.
Okay.
Yeah.
So our chaser is coming 1 step down the board, which puts him 2 steps behind you. Here's your next question. According to the New York Times, what actor is known for his signature timpani-like chortle? Is it Ricky Gervais, Seth Rogen, or Eddie Murphy? Emily locked in. And so did our chaser. Emily, you went with Seth Rogen.
He has kind of an iconic laugh.
They all do kind of have iconic laughs. So is the correct answer Seth Rogen? Yes! You are moving that $60,000 1 step down the board. Did you know this one?
I was thinking kind of booming like a drum, so I went with Seth Rogen.
Okay, so our chaser is following right back down behind you, so let's keep this money moving.
Yeah.
Here's your next question. Which of these is considered to be a non-Newtonian fluid? Is it ketchup, mercury, or rubbing alcohol? Emily locked in. And our chaser locked in. Emily, you went with ketchup.
Ketchup just feels like the odd one out.
Okay. Is the non-Newtonian fluid ketchup? Woo, correct. You are moving that $60,000 one more step down the board. It is only 2 correct answers away from banking that money. Did you know this one?
This has to do with the resistance to flow, and you think of resisting flow, it's definitely ketchup.
Okay, so our chaser will be coming 1 step down the board. Here's your next question. Which of these words is not based on a real person's last name? Shrapnel, nicotine, or filibuster? Chaser locked in, Emily locked in as well. Filibuster, is this just because it hit closest to home where you work?
Yeah, that's it. It just feels like maybe that's good luck because of the Senate.
Okay. Is the correct answer filibuster? Yes! Work serves you well, Emily. We are moving that $60,000 one more step down the board and 1 little step away from banking that money. Did you know this one, James?
Shrapnel is the name of a real person. There was I believe, a Frenchman named Jean Nicot, so my answer was filibuster.
Okay, he's still going. 1 step down the board, so let's make sure we get this into the bank. Here's your next question. Which of these beloved sitcom characters had a catchphrase inspired by Roy Orbison? Was it Joey Tribbiani from Friends, Uncle Jesse from Full House, or J.J. Evans from Good Times? Oh, Chaser locked in. Emily, you locked in as well. You went with Joey Tribbiani from Friends.
I just know how you doing, but that was truly the only catchphrase I had, so I went with it.
Okay, this could be worth $60,000 in the bank. Is the correct answer Joey Tribbiani from Friends? Oh, okay. So we're not moving the money just yet, but we have a little room here. Did you know this one, James?
Joey says, "How you doing?" in that kind of voice, and Uncle Jesse's kind of more like a "have mercy." That sounded more like Roy Orbison to me. I said Uncle Jesse.
Okay, so our chaser is coming one step down, which puts him only one step behind you, but let me remind you, you're only one step from the bank.
Yep.
Here's your next question. In 2012, Boring, Oregon became sister cities with Dull, a village in what country? Is it Austria, Canada, or Scotland? Chaser locked in. Emily, you locked in too. You went with Austria.
That just sounded sort of Germanic.
Okay.
I don't speak German, though, so.
Okay. For $60,000 is the correct answer Austria.
Oh, wow. This is huge.
So we can't move the $60,000, but more importantly, did James know this one?
I took a road trip around Scotland, and I felt like I saw some villages with funny names there. My answer was Scotland.
Oh, Emily, you've been caught. The chaser got you. You made it all the way to the bottom of the board, though. That is nothing shabby there. So we're going to have to say goodbye to that money. And unfortunately, we have to say goodbye to you. But thank you so much for playing, Emily.
Thank you.
It was right at the end there.
You know, I'm a sports gambler. I love those buzzer beaters.
And a buzzer beater it was, James. Up next, Kyle is on deck versus the high roller. Will she win or will she fold him? Find out next on The Chase. Welcome back to The Chase. Emily wasn't able to bank $60,000, but Kyle, it is your turn. Come play the cash builder. Now, Kyle, what do you do for a living?
I am a veterinary clinical pathologist.
And you have kids?
I have one child.
But you want to prove today that mom brain will not stop you.
I'm here to prove that to myself and to every mom watching.
That means me too.
You
I'm
too.
cheering you on.
Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to put 1 minute on the clock. Good luck. Your time starts now. What social media giant is colloquially known as the Bird app?
Twitter.
Correct. What adjective describes the period of English and Scottish history under King James I?
Pass.
Jacobean. What is the only country in the world whose name begins with a Q?
Qatar.
Correct. Pantone's 2022 color of the year, Very Perry, has a Perry that's short for what bluish hue?
Periwinkle.
Correct. What sitcom's final episode takes place on New Year's Eve in 1979?
MASH.
That 70s show. What black gemstone is named after the Greek word for claw?
Onyx.
Correct. What all-female 80s band was elected to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2021?
The Runaways.
The Go-Go's. Queen Bess Daredevil Aviator is a biography of what pilot?
Bessie Coleman.
Correct. In 2018 movie starring Daisy Ridley, Ophelia is a retelling of what Shakespeare play?
Hamlet.
Correct. What dotted punctuation denotes the omission of words in a sentence?
Ellipsis.
Correct. In 1949, the BAA and MBL merged to form what sports organization? Time's up. That answer was NBA, but that was 7 correct answers. And that means $70,000. But you can't cash out just yet. It's time to face the chaser. There is no mom brain in there.
That was very impressive. You're clearly going to be an asset in the final chase, which means I need to get rid of you right now.
Well, we're going to put that $70,000 on the board. What would you do if you won money here today?
I want to see every Disney park in the world. I'm a huge Disney fan, so I want to start with Tokyo Disney.
That sounds fun.
Yes. So this is going to be an all-out, like, bougie, like, offensively
So
extravagant.
this is going to be you on your
Yes,
trip.
exactly.
Okay, so you can play for that $70,000. You're going to start 5 steps from the bank. If you want to play it a little safer, the chaser will make a lower offer of
25 grand.
$25,000. Now, with that lower offer, you're going to be 4 steps away from the bank. But if you are feeling saucy, you can go for the higher offer of
Be as bougie as you want to be. $250,000.
Wow, $250,000. Now, that amazing offer puts you 6 steps away from the bank, and our chaser will only be 2 steps behind you. So, Kyle, what are you playing for tonight?
So I'm a Sagittarius, and we are known as being risk takers, so I'm gonna go for the $250,000.
You're going for it!
Now we're talking. Beautiful.
It is
I love
fun.
it. No hesitation, just right out with it. I love it.
Love it.
I know you love this.
I love the gutsiness, but I'm still going to send you home.
Okay, so for $250,000, the chase is on. Here's your first question. To be called a kegler, a person needs to be involved in what activity? Is it bowling, childbirth, or burglary? Chaser locked in. Kyle, you locked in as well, and you went with bowling.
There is like a fun zone place near me called Firkin and Keglers, and they have bowling there, so I'm hoping this is a Slumdog Millionaire moment.
Is the correct answer bowling? Yes, Kyle. That is a great sign. You got it moving already. Let's bring that money 1 step down the board. Did you know this one?
My dad is from Germany. The German word for bowling is kegeln. He would disown me if I got this wrong. That's bowling.
Okay, and we can't have that. So let's have the chaser come 1 step down the board. Here's your next question. South Dakota and Wyoming are the only 2 states in the contiguous U.S. that lack which of the following? Seatbelt laws, highway billboards, or Amtrak lines? Chaser locked in. Kyle, you locked in as well, and you went with Amtrak lines.
I feel like every state has to have seatbelt laws, and I can't imagine that you would be driving down the highway in a state that wide and not see any billboards.
Okay. Is the correct answer Amtrak lines? You are on a roll, Kyle. $250,000 sliding right down that board, 1 step in the right direction. Did you know this one?
I didn't think it was billboards because I thought I saw something about Vermont's not liking those, but I went with seatbelt laws.
Oh!
Wow, this is huge for
Open up a
Kyle.
little space.
Yeah.
How many times do I have to tell you people, take the high offer?
So our chaser is not moving down the board, which takes a little of the heat off. And you are 4 steps away from banking $250,000. Your next question is coming up when the chase continues. I love that you went big, and I love that you're 2 for 2.
Me too.
Welcome back to the chase. Kyle is 4 steps from banking $250,000, and the chaser is 3 steps behind, so we're gonna jump right back in. Here's your next question. Measured in Love was a 2021 fundraiser commemorating the 25th anniversary of what hit musical's debut? Was it Beauty and the Beast, Rent, or Hedwig and the Angry Inch? Chaser locked in, Kyle, you locked in, and you went with Rent.
I've seen Rent on Broadway 5 times.
Oh, only 5 times?
Only 5 times.
Okay. Is the correct answer Rent? Yes. Kyle, you are on a roll. $250,000 coming down the board. No regrets here because you went big.
Right.
Did you know this one?
I knew Rent came out in '96, and it was all about love, so my answer was Rent.
It was, why does love sound so sad when it comes out of James? It was all about love. Okay, so our chaser is coming 1 step down that board. Your next question. In 2009, what actor said he took his stalker on a date and complained about everything in my life and she never came back? Was it Idris Elba, Bradley Cooper, or Robert Pattinson? Chaser locked in. Kyle, you did as well. You went with Robert Pattinson.
So this kind of sounds like a fake story, and he recently came out and said he falsifies stories in his interviews.
I just lost a little respect for him. Okay. Is the correct answer Robert Pattinson? Oh, yes, Kyle. I love watching this part. Let's just watch this money come 1 step down the board. That is $250,000, and it could be yours in 2 correct answers. Did you know this one?
I saw this interview. That's Robert Pattinson.
You knew Pattinson too? Okay, so our chaser's coming 1 step down the board. Here's your next question. According to the website Vulture, what Martin Scorsese movie drops 569 F-bombs, the most of any he directed? Was it The Wolf of Wall Street, Casino, or Goodfellas? Chaser locked in, Kyle locked in. Kyle, you went with Goodfellas.
There's a lot of F-bombs. I've seen it.
Okay. Is the correct answer Goodfellas? Wolf of Wall Street. Okay, so we're not moving this $250,000 just yet, but does our chaser know this one?
I read an article once that Goodfellas had the record for the most F-bombs in any movie, but I read that article a long time ago. I said The Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay.
Wow. Oh. That's okay, she's still got room.
She does,
and
but...
Goodfellas is the trap of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
So our chaser is coming one step down the board, which puts him only 2 steps behind you, so we want to get this moving. Here's your next question. Which of these athletes has won a prize known as La Chaqueta Verde in his native language? Was it Lionel Messi, Miguel Cabrera, or Sergio Garcia? Chaser locked in, Kyle locked in. You went with Sergio Garcia.
I'm from a family of golfers, and La Chaqueta Verde is the green jacket, like as in the Masters.
Okay. Is the correct answer Sergio Garcia? Your family has served you well, Kyle. We're moving that $250,000 one more step down the board and only one correct answer away from the final chase. Did you know this one?
I, of course, know it's Sergio Garcia, green jacket.
Okay, our chaser's coming one more step down the board. This could be your last question. Here it is. Great for showing off at parties, in Eidecker has what? A perfect pitch, a photographic memory, or an inability to feel pain? Chaser locked in, Kyle, you locked in. You went with a photographic memory.
So I kind of remember Mary Lou Henner has an eidetic memory, and so that's why I went with a photographic memory.
You're good.
I hope so.
Okay. Can you show us that for $250,000, an eidecker is a photographic memory? Yes! Oh my God! Yes! $250,000, $250,000 is going into your team's bank, and you are going on to the final chase. You can go celebrate with Michelle. Congratulations!
Thank you!
Did you know that one?
I did.
That was a good round.
You know, plenty of contestants would get home with the big money, but very few have the guts to do it, so kudos.
Okay, well, you got one more chance. Michelle, it is your turn to come play the cash builder.
You got this, girl. You got this, girl.
Welcome to the show, Michelle. Now, I'm laughing because I read that you have a fear of floating heads.
Yes, I've done a lot of Zooms in the last 2 years, and all you can see is someone's head, and it's freaking me out.
Okay, I love that. So let's play the cash builder. It is 1 minute on the clock. You ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Okay, good luck. Your time starts now. Headquartered in Maryland, the NIH stands for the National Institutes of what?
Health.
Correct. Coca-Cola offers special yellow-capped bottles for what annual holiday?
Pass.
Passover. What journalistic format is a portmanteau of list and article?
Listicle.
Correct. When it debuted in 1984, the Criterion Collection issued a laser disc of what Fay Wray film?
Oh, King Kong.
Correct. The Ringelmann chart is used to measure the density and opacity of what?
The atmosphere.
Smoke. What current U.S. Supreme Court justice grew up speaking the Gullah language?
Sonia Sotomayor.
Clarence Thomas. Since 1978, Earth, Wind, and Fire have asked if we remember the 21st night of what month?
September.
Correct. Who is the only New Zealander to have a chemical element named after him?
The person who mounted Everest. Pass.
Ernest Rutherford. How many clues are featured? Time's up. That was 4 correct answers, which is $40,000. But you can't pocket it just yet. It is time to face the chaser. We are going to put $40,000 right there on the board. What would you do if you won money here today?
Oh my goodness. My mother moved to Botswana, and I would love to take our entire extended family back and have a fantastic trip to South Africa and have a great time.
There's a lot of them, James, big numbers here. Now, if you want to play it a little safer than the money that's on the board, you could be one step closer to the bank with a lower offer of...
Why not pick one favorite relative and bring only them? 20 grand.
Not a shabby low offer, but this is your team's last chance to build your bank.
Yes.
So you could also play a little riskier, and our chaser will give you a higher offer of...
Party it up in Stellenbosch, $175,000.
$175,000. I'm gonna let you discuss this with your team because this is gonna be a big decision. We're gonna find out how much money is at stake when we come back on The Chase. You can talk it over with Kyle.
You know what I'm gonna tell you to do, right?
I want to be with you at the end of the game, so.
Hey, at the end of the day, I want you with me too.
All right, I got you. Yes.
Welcome back to The Chase. Now, I know this is a big decision, Michelle. You've got that high offer of $175,000 up there. That's some life-changing money up there. But
I think probably the strategic move is to go low. And with $250 in the bank, get that extra step and get that extra person and be safe about it.
Can you hear us? Take the 20 grand.
So what are you playing for tonight?
I think having two of us in the final chase would be the best thing to go, so I'm going with 40,000.
Okay.
Bring it on, James.
What do you think of that?
Well, mathematically, the low offer was the safe way to go, but I salute you for not having the cowardice to do that.
Michelle, for $40,000. The chase is on.
All right.
Here's your first question. Noted by naturalist Edward O. Wilson, all ants you see at work, all that explore the environment, all that go to war, are what? Adolescents, blind, or female? Chaser locked in. Michelle, you went with blind.
No, I actually think it is female, but that's okay because we went with what we went with. So
yeah, it is what it is,
I'm
right?
keeping it together.
Okay.
Maybe it is blind.
Is the correct answer blind?
Yeah, that's okay.
Female.
That's
well, you
okay.
knew it. You knew it, though.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
So
Maybe James didn't. We'll see.
We're not going to move the $40,000, but did our chaser know that?
Girl power.
Yeah,
I said female.
I know.
Okay. So our chaser's coming one step down the board, which puts him only 2 behind you. So we want to get this moving.
This.
Your next question. Perhaps influencing Apple's design philosophy, Steve Jobs reportedly suffered from compunophobia, a fear of what? Buttons, sharp corners, or primary colors? Chaser locked in, and Michelle locked in. Michelle, you went with sharp corners.
Apple is so curved and everything is all very curved, so I was thinking...
like clean design.
Yeah, clean design, so I was thinking sharp corners.
Okay. Is the correct answer sharp corners?
Oh,
buttons. Okay, so we're not moving the money, but more importantly, did our chaser know this one?
Try to picture Steve Jobs in your mind. He's wearing one of those turtleneck sweaters, no buttons. I said buttons.
Okay, so our chaser is coming one step down the board.
Ouch.
So he is only one step behind your money, so take it back.
Take it.
Here's your next question. An act that has satisfied many since 1865, putting a fisherman's friend in your mouth means enjoying a what? A beer, a lozenge, or a cigarette? Chaser locked in. Michelle, you locked in as well. You went with lozenge.
I did. I think beer's been around forever, and cigarettes, I don't think we would talk about how enjoyable they are on the show, so I went with lozenge.
Okay, to get that $40,000 moving, is the correct answer a lozenge? Yes, Michelle, that is correct. $40,000, taking it out of James' claws, one step down the board. Did you know this one?
I have purchased fisherman's friends in my life. I said lozenge.
Okay, so James is staying right behind you on the board, so let's keep this moving.
All right.
Here's your next question. In the 2021 MLB playoffs, what happened when 2 big leaguers with the same well-known name faced each other? Will Smith struck out Will Smith, Daniel Craig walked Daniel Craig, or Kevin Hart homered off Kevin Hart? Chaser locked in, Michelle locked in. Will Smith struck out Will Smith.
I love baseball, I love sports, and Will Smith struck out Will Smith. There you go.
Now, if you're not right, this does leave this game open to the chaser.
Yes.
Is the correct answer Will Smith struck out Will Smith? Yes! Woo! We're moving that $40,000 one step down the board. Did you know this one?
Braves relief pitcher Will Smith struck out Dodgers catcher Will Smith.
Okay, he's coming though right behind us.
Right behind
our
me.
chaser comes
I
down
keep
one
going.
step, no room for error.
Oh.
Here's your next question. In 1993, Ellen Ochoa became the first Hispanic American woman to do which of these things? Win a Pulitzer Prize, fly into outer space, or become a billionaire? Chaser locked in, and Michelle did as well. Michelle, you went with fly into outer space.
I chose fly into outer space because that was our space shuttle time, so that's what I'm going to go with.
Okay, is the correct answer fly into outer space? You got it! This is just too close for comfort. We're gonna move the $40,000 one more step down the board. You were only two correct answers away from moving on to the final chase and adding that to the team's bank. Did you know this one?
I was a kid in '93, and every kid wants to be an astronaut, right? So I was up on all things space, and it was flying to outer space.
Okay, so our chasers come in one more step down the board. Here's your next question.
Here we go.
The dedication for the Statue of Liberty was performed by what U.S. president? Was it Andrew Johnson, Grover Cleveland, or James A. Garfield? Chaser locked in. And Michelle, you locked in. You have been grunting through this whole question.
I gotta tell you, U.S. presidents are not my easy spot because I did not grow up in this country, but I went with Grover Cleveland because why not?
Again, if we miss this, I'm gonna put myself right in there with you in the lifeboat. If we miss this, this guy up here could catch us. Is the correct answer Grover Cleveland? Correct! So we are moving the $40,000 one more step down this board. Did you know this one?
Statue of Liberty came over in 1886 during Grover Cleveland's first term as president.
Okay. So our chaser's coming down one step. He is one step behind you, but you are one step away from banking this money. Here's your next question. The heart of its products and the hearts of its customers are symbolized by overlapping ellipses in the logo of what automaker? Is it Audi, Honda, or Toyota? Chaser locked in. Michelle, you did as well. Michelle, you went with Audi.
I think it's the Audi, because Honda's the H and Toyota's the Toyota. So I think Audi is the right answer. Maybe pause it, please. Yes.
Okay, so for $40,000 is the correct answer Audi. No.
Toyota.
Okay, so we are not able to move that $40,000, but more importantly, did our chaser know this? He has missed before, he could miss again.
Could miss again.
I know Honda has the H, and Audi has those overlapping shapes, but they're circles. My answer was Toyota.
It was the buzzer beater part 2. Michelle, you played so well. I am so sorry you've been caught, so we have to say goodbye to that money, and unfortunately we have to say goodbye to you, but you really, it was such a joy meeting you.
Thank you so much.
You played so well.
She could have already been home if she had just listened to us.
Oh, I hate to see that.
You know, it's tough sending her home, but I think this final chase is a lot easier for me to win one-on-one.
Okay, $250,000 is on the line. Can the high roller raise the stakes? It all happens next in the final chase. Kyle, you got this.
I got this.
Welcome back. Kyle has made it through to the final chase, and there's $250,000 in the bank, but she can't bring that money home just yet. You have to outrun the chaser one more time. We're gonna have 2 minutes on the clock, and you're gonna answer as many questions as you can. Each correct answer puts you one step in front of the chaser. Then he's gonna get 2 minutes to try and catch you. So if you get caught, you will leave here with nothing. But if you manage to outrun the chaser, then $250,000 is all yours. So Kyle, you get to choose between the question set A or B. What do you want to play?
I'll play B.
And because you're the only one who made it through, you will get a one-step head start on the chaser, which is an advantage. Are you ready to do this?
I am ready.
For $250,000, the final chase is on. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Good luck. Your time starts now. Since 2002, 7-Eleven has given away free Slurpees to celebrate the 11th day of what month?
July.
Correct. In 2020, what Oscar-winning actor honored his late brother by naming his first son River?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Correct. Stevie Wonder reportedly recorded 200 or so songs when working on what 1976 double album?
Songs in the Key of G.
Songs in the Key of Life. In its ads, what toy train company made a boy feel like a man and a man feel like a boy?
Pass.
Lionel. In Jack and the Beanstalk, what farm animal does Jack trade for 5 magic beans?
A cow.
Correct. Civil rights leader John Lewis was a 17-term congressman from what U.S. state?
Mississippi.
Georgia. What does the R stand for in the digestive disorder commonly known as GERD?
Reflux.
Correct. CP3 is a nickname shared by the NBA's Chris Paul and what WNBA star?
Pass.
Candace Parker. According to myth, Pandora kept the world's evils inside a what?
A box.
Correct. Morels, puffballs, and chanterelles.
Mushrooms.
Correct. What 1937 fantasy novel is subtitled There and Back Again?
The Hobbit.
Correct. Mount Vinson is the highest peak on what continent?
North America.
Antarctica. What historic leader appears on India's circulating banknotes?
Gandhi.
Correct. Who plays the title role in the Ant-Man superhero films?
Paul Rudd.
Correct. Daily newspapers in Houston and San Francisco share what name?
Chronicle.
Correct. Who was the last bald man to be elected U.S. president?
Pass.
Dwight D. Eisenhower. Nike's Bow Nose campaign starred what multi-sport athlete?
Bo Jackson.
Correct. Before Mecca, Muslims prayed facing what city?
Medina.
Jerusalem. What bathroom brand uses the slogan, the #1 way to #2?
Kleenex.
Squatty Potty. In chess notation, which piece is represented by the letter N?
Knight.
Correct. What hair accessory do Brits refer to as a Kirby grip?
A banana clip.
Bobby pin. Sabrage is the method of opening what container with a sword?
Champagne.
Correct. A neti pot is commonly used on what part of your face? Oh, you were right. But the time ran out. You got 13 correct answers, so with your head start, you got a 14-step lead on the chaser.
Good job, Kyle.
Yeah.
That was really impressive. You had no one there to help. You did it all.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, what did you think of that, James?
It was a respectable performance by yourself out there. I think that you're in the zone where you're going to need quite a few pushbacks.
Well, Kyle is gambling with a 14-step lead, but will the high roller pay out? Coming up when we continue the final chase. Kyle, wow. Welcome back. We are in the middle of the final chase. Kyle is 14 steps ahead of the chaser, and there's $250,000 at stake. Woo! Now, Kyle, if you can bring this home, you will be the highest winning contestant since our show launched.
James is going to be shocked to find out that I'm rooting for the contestants.
He will be.
I mean, it doesn't take much for me to root against James, but
But it is the chaser's turn to try and catch you, and if he does, you'll lose it all. But you have a big advantage. Every time he gets an incorrect answer, we'll stop the clock. You get a chance to answer that same question. If you get it right, it pushes the chaser back one step, and those pushbacks can make all the difference in winning the game. High roller, $250,000 is on the line. Are you ready to catch her?
Bring it on.
Okay, the final chase is on. Let's put 2 minutes on the clock. Chaser, your time starts now. What Muppet holds an honorary doctorate of amphibious letters from Southampton College?
Kermit?
Correct. What TV painter is the subject of a documentary?
Bob Ross.
Correct. When its coat turns white in the winter, a stoat commonly goes by what other name?
An ermine?
Correct. Completed in just 13 months, what U.S. landmark was dubbed the 400-day wonder?
Lincoln Memorial?
Stop the clock. Completed in just 13 months, what U.S. landmark was dubbed the 400-day wonder?
The Washington Monument?
The correct answer is the Space Needle. So we will not be pushing the chaser back. You have 11 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. Also useful for making a fire, what dating app was originally called
Tinder.
Correct. What three-digit number is shorthand for the internet error page not found?
404.
Correct. In technology, AR is augmented reality and MR is what?
Pass.
Stop the clock. In technology, AR is augmented reality and MR is what?
Mimic reality.
The correct answer is mixed reality. So we won't be pushing the chaser back. You have 9 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. In 1968, what comedian received over 40,000 votes for U.S. president?
Dick Gregory.
Correct. SEPTA is the public transit system that serves what U.S. city?
Philadelphia.
Correct. Actress Sophie Turner is married to which Jonas brother?
Joe.
Correct. The Hagia Sophia is a tourist attraction in what city?
Istanbul.
Correct. Acanthus is formed by the meeting of what body parts?
Bones.
Stop the clock.
Ooh, okay.
She needs this.
Acanthus is formed by the meeting of what body parts?
Your eyelids.
The correct answer is eyelids.
Could this be the beginning?
You have 6 steps to catch the team. Your time starts again now. A Serena Slam is an achievement in what sport?
Tennis.
Correct. What does the S stand for in the store chain DSW?
Shoe.
Correct. What TV star's autobiography was titled Beyond Uhura?
Nichelle Nichols.
Correct. Crossroads of America is the motto of what U.S. state?
Indiana.
Correct. The Cast is a podcast devoted to what comic strip?
Peanuts.
Stop the clock.
Oh, no.
Come on, Kathy stands everywhere losing their minds.
The Cast is a podcast devoted to what comic strip?
Kathy.
The correct answer is Kathy. So you will be pushing the chaser back 1 step. You have 3 steps to catch the team, 39 seconds on the clock. Your time starts again now. In Roman myth, a she-wolf nurses what twins?
Romulus and Remus.
Correct. What opera's name means clowns in Italian?
Pagliacci.
Correct. Shineland is the last name of what female TV person?
Judge Judy.
Correct. Oh, Kyle, I'm so sorry. You've been caught. So we have to say goodbye to that $250,000, and unfortunately, the chase is over. Now, you did your job. How are you feeling?
Oh, it's a little hot in here. I'm glad I still have this.
Okay. The chaser has taken down yet another team. And remember, the only way to win is to outrun your competition and never look back. See you next time on The Chase.
Valiant effort.
Yeah, she did great.
She really did.
Yeah, worthy of ladies' night.
Yeah.